in practice. And I'm there, and I completed the ball. He just moved his hands a little bit this way, caught the ball. And Bill is about 20 yards away from me and just started, Mike, yelling at me, I want that ball thrown 6 inches in front of the numbers. Not there, I want it thrown here. And I was thinking to myself, you're kind of embarrassed, you got yelled at. I'm thinking to myself, that's impossible. I mean, it was a great throw, great catch, we got it done. I didn't see the point at that exact moment, but down the road, what he was telling me is, don't settle, It was fine, we got the completion, but it wasn't perfect. Let's shoot for perfection.
Well, I want to quote Steve Young, and I'm quoting Steve Young, Mike. He once said that the best quarterback coaches are the ones who played the position but were lousy. What kind of quarterback was Mike Holmgren?
Well, he says that. I know why he said that about me, because when we'd have these little passing contests, Joe, Steve, and I'd always win. And then so that's his way of getting back at me, But no, I didn't. I was a much better coach than I was a player. Let me put it that way. One of the things he means by that, and Joe has told me the same thing, and I've heard Joe mention it as well. I think if you're coached by someone that had played the position, he understands a few of the things that people that haven't played the position might intellectually understand, but they don't. They've never been there and never been hit, and so there's little things that come up that, having played the position, helps you in your communication with the player.
When we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation by learning more about Mike Holmgren, the person. Hey kids, want to be part of the coolest kids club in sports? Ask your parents to sign you up for the Cleveland Browns Kids Club. Choose from 2 membership types, Basic and Top Dog. Top Dog members receive exclusive 2010 merchandise, including a backpack, hat, and folder, and also are eligible to participate in sweepstakes and once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Sign up today at BrownsKidsClub.com. The Cleveland Browns Kids Club is in association with Giant Eagle and Schwabels.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we work hard each day to build quality mattresses and box springs. We offer tremendous value to our customers by eliminating the middleman and selling factory direct.
We can all sleep well at night, knowing that when you buy at the Original Mattress Factory, you get more mattress for less money.
American Dental Centers has been creating success stories for over 30 years. I'm Dr. Sam Jaffe, and I'd like to share some of those stories with you.
We've used American Dental for several years, and the kids feel very comfortable here because the staff are very friendly, they're welcoming. We were able to make payments at the time for our service, and they took care of all of our medical claims for us.
Let American Dental Centers create a success story for you. Call now for an appointment, 1-888-SMILE-20.
Here are 3 big-time reasons to buy your used vehicle from Liberty Ford today. 1, we'll guarantee you at least $3,500 for your clunker of a trade. 2, used car rates as low as 3.9%. 3, make no payments for 6 months, just in time for the tax return. So come get 3 times the value, only at Liberty Ford today.
Liberty's in Solon, Maple Heights, Parma Heights, Vermilion, and now Brunswick. Home.
Welcome back to our conversation with Mike Holmgren. Today we learned about Mike, the Browns' new team president, and his coaching career. But there's a lot more to this man than what he does in this building.
We talked a lot about football. Let's just talk about, what does Mike Holmgren like to do outside of football?
I like to ride my motorcycles. That's fun for me. I like doing outside stuff. I like the beach. I like body surfing. I like, we've tried to live where we've lived on the water in most places, and I like that. I like to read. I like to have, I've got a book going all the time. But for the last 38, 40 years, I haven't had much time for a lot of other things, which sounds kind of funny, but when you get in this business, it does kind of consume you a little bit. I've tried to maintain a balance with my work and my family, however, and I think that's very, very important. But I'm like most people. You know, if I have free time, I did some traveling this off season this last year that I hadn't been able to do for a long, long time.
When did you fall in love with motorcycles? When did you get your first bike?
And I brought my first bike when I was in Green Bay in 1992. Since then, now, I've got a couple. My wife always says, "Why do you need more than one bike?" But we have a home here, and we're kind of spread out. So I like to keep a bike there, so I'm going to have a bike here in Cleveland eventually. But then the players in Seattle pitched in and as a going away present, which was wonderful. You know, bought me a motorcycle, beautiful motorcycle. So it's a way for me to just kind of escape a little bit, clear your mind. You have to concentrate on what you're doing now. Right. But I would say it's my one toy, or as I've got a couple of them, so maybe my 3 toys.
Let's talk about your missionary work. What was some of the work that you was able to get accomplished during your time off, but also throughout your career? Really,
my wife is the missionary in the group. She's wonderful. And you know, our church that we belong to believes in the missionary experience and people going places and spreading the word, you know, to people that might not get it. This year, for the first time, I was able to go with Kathy on what we call a missions trip to help people that are less fortunate. We went to Mexico, and way down in the southern tip of Mexico to the town of Oaxaca, and put in concrete floors for people that lived actually on dirt floors and had nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. So for me, it was the first time like that where I was actually not just writing the check, but I was there. Wow. And so, you know, it's a life-changing experience. If your life isn't in perspective, you know, it sure helps refocus you on some things that I think should be important.
When you look at this, the team finishing up 4-0, there's a lot to build off. And how excited are you to get this off-season underway?
Well, I think it's always exciting. You know, if you go through a season like the Browns went through and then finish the way they did, you know, then you have hope for the future. Now, it's important for Tom Heckert and me to help Eric be the best coach he can be, and that's by getting him the players he needs to be successful. So right now, you know, I know we have the right coach. Now what we have to do is help him in any way we can to get enough players in here to be a successful football team. There are a lot of good players on this roster right now, and there are a lot of young players on the roster right now. But you're always building. I expect improvement, but it'll happen.
Finally, Mike, you're hard at work here in Berea. What message will you deliver to the Browns fans as you're getting your program underway?
Well, you know what? I would ask them to share our vision with us. You know, and I'd say in the last few years, you know, fans, I know the fans here are passionate. I played a game in the old stadium. I've coached a game in the new stadium. So I know how these fans are. And right now, at times, they were hurt a little bit. You know, they want the team to do well. They want to be there for the team. And so I would just ask them to stay with us, hang in there with us. You know, we want to put a team on the field that they can be proud of. I understand that dynamic. We need the fans to be successful. We need noise. We need this to be a great home field advantage for us. And to have that, we need our people. We need our fans. We need the Cleveland Brown fans. And so I would just ask them to hop on board and share this new vision we have for the football team and the organization. And we will do our darndest not to let them down.
Browns fans, we hope you enjoyed this conversation with Mike Holmgren. Don't forget, you can click over to clevelandbrowns.com and watch the extended version of this interview on demand. Thanks for joining us.
Don't pay another mortgage payment or maintenance.